Hello, and welcome to 5 for Friday for this Friday, July 22nd. So much in the news this week. I really need to spend more time thinking about how all these stories combine or connect to send some clear signals of change that impact small businesses. I feel like I'm on the verge of something every now and again. So anyway, that's kind of my main goal here, is to point out stories that cause you to think a bit about whether your business could be impacted by something going on or could benefit from a change coming down the pike. What are the opportunities and threats, and where might they impact your business? So let's get started by looking at the ever-changing world of social media marketing, which is story number one of these 5 series of stories for this week. TikTok has Meta company platforms Facebook and Instagram running scared as it grows both in popularity and in ad dollars. Facebook's decided that influencer and creator content will rank higher in your feed than your friends and family to look more like TikTok. What will people think? And Instagram is making it easier to buy products directly through Instagram and to find locations with its own map, so you don't need to go back to Google Maps to find your way to something that you uncovered through Insta. And if you do want to sell on TikTok, you had better learn the ins and outs of their own SEO and keywords, which is different for what you might use from Google. And in a final search engine story, it turns out that even gender-neutral searches turn up male-dominated output. Are you surprised? I'm not. All right, moving on to story number 2. Amazon is taking over the world, apparently, and of course, this week's news. So, starting with Amazon has admitted that they have given Ring camera footage to the police without asking your permission. Amazon's complaining about Facebook groups that are posting thousands of fake reviews to Amazon, but they still did manage to have the, quote, biggest Prime Day event ever this week, which is too bad for their Amazon workers in the warehouse because OSHA is investigating them for covering up injuries. And then finally, in Amazon news, the company bought a network of primary care health clinics. Is that the latest service to be added to your Amazon Prime account? I wish I could see the logic or the vision of all these Amazon decisions, why they're choosing what they're choosing, or are they just trying to make as much money as possible? Who knows? All right, on to story number 3, cryptocurrency creeps closer. Haha, love my alliteration. So what's going on in the world of crypto? Well, first, Visa and MasterCard are seeing the writing on the wall, and so they've decided that they will need to be able to accept crypto payments, or people might just skip the credit cards altogether and just pay in crypto directly. So next, where there's lots of activity and new events, there's fraud, right? Yep, a former Coinbase global employee has been charged with insider trading of cryptocurrency. Makes me wonder if our laws can keep up with all these changes going on. And then I also read an interesting interview with the head of Ethereum, which is another cryptocurrency company, who shares his kind of utopian version of what the decentralized world of crypto will look like, and his concerns that greed might take over. You think? See the last story. And moving on to story number 4, some interesting ways to lower carbon dioxide emissions. First is a company that uses the emissions from water heaters and furnaces of large buildings to convert carbon dioxide into potassium carbonate in a chemistry experiment that actually turns that product into something that can be made into soap and shampoo. And next I saw a futuristic looking train that's able to suck carbon dioxide out of the air as the train travels using existing train tracks. Very cool and creative. And finally, story number 5, a bunch of things that small business owners should be on the lookout for. There were business owners protesting at Capitol Hill this week, or lobbying, or whatever you want to call it, to look for some SBA changes to help small businesses. However, be also on the lookout for some changes to the contractor versus employee laws that the government is working on, and make sure your contractors aren't actually employees. Next, if you're having trouble finding jobs using all those online job sites, then try a good old-fashioned help wanted sign, which seems to be helping. Also, be aware that your impressions of how a great leader you are and your employees might not add up. 3/4 of executives think that they are inspiring their employees, but only a quarter agree. Several more stories about small businesses in there, but in the interest of time, I'm not going to share them all, so make sure you check the newsletter for more details. And then finally, in recession, yes or no, this week, we have 5 positive stories and one negative. The idea is that it looks like maybe we will not be hitting a recession this year. So that's the latest on the recession and for all of the 5 for Friday stories. And of course, more details are always available in the newsletter. This is all I am sharing here for the interest of time, and I appreciate you joining me. Thanks for being here, and I will see you next week. Thanks.